Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Richie Plunkett from the Poppadom Geek and mmgn.com. And Apple has just released their new line of iMac, so sit back, relax, and let's get into this. So hey guys, so as you can tell in the heading above, Apple has just released their new line of iMacs, and I found this out just by, as a usual night, I was just browsing the web and, was on the Apple website, and then suddenly it was down. I was just like, whoa, something big's happening. And usually when the Apple side is down, something is going to happen at least. And then, or maybe they're just doing maintenance. So I went on Twitter, I went on some forums just to check on what people are saying, if anything's threading. And, people saying, yeah, Apple Store's down, maybe new iMacs, and here we go. New iMac line, big update, big spec update. Really happy about that. Really disappointed because I've got my iMac here, and obviously I'm not going to upgrade because I'm not going to spend another, $3,000, $4,000 just on, a full spec iMac. Now, it does have some really cool features, so if you're thinking of getting an iMac, this is probably the best time to buy because the new line of iMacs are pretty decked out. So I'm not going to go really too much into the features of what the new iMacs have because there's so much to say. Like, they definitely have some next gen quad core processors in them and new AMD graphics cards, everything. I mean, they are decked out to the max. Probably not to the max, but they are probably the best, computers you can get out there in the Apple line. Because there's so much to talk about the new iMacs, I'm going to write up an article and post a link down below, so make sure you check it out on mmgn.com. So a couple of new things I really want to talk about in the iMac line is the Thunderbolt and Facetime. Now, let's get into Thunderbolt. Now, Apple introduced Thunderbolt in their MacBook Pro line, and it was amazing. They were saying it was, 10 times faster than FireWire. It was this. They were doing all these bench rates, and it was breaking everything. The only bad thing about it was that there's no hardware out there what uses Thunderbolt yet. I mean, it's sort of like saying when they had HD video and Blu-ray. You know what I mean? And then in the end, Blu-ray won, but it's sort of not comparing the same thing with USB 3 and Thunderbolt, but it's sort of Apple thinking a little bit further ahead of the competition, which is great. I mean, I could see myself probably getting an iMac later on, and then, it might have something better. But one thing I didn't understand, that even though the new iMac line does have 2 new Thunderbolt ports, why haven't they updated the USB? Why are they still keeping it as USB 2.0? I mean, ideally, it would be good to have USB 3 on the iMacs. I actually wish it actually had USB 3 because there's so many devices out there which use USB 3 now. I mean, till Thunderbolt actually starts being incorporated into devices, that's going to be at least another year or so. Nevertheless, Thunderbolt, great feature on the iMac, and it's going to probably be the next best thing for video editing. Now, the other thing I really want to talk about is FaceTime for the Mac. Now, Apple is really pushing FaceTime on the iPhone when it first came out, and then after then moving on towards, their desktop PCs, their laptops, and so forth. Now, to my understanding, it isn't available on the PC yet. I'm not too sure, but I know it's available on all the Mac computers. You can download FaceTime and then call anyone through email or call their iPod Touch or whatever iDevice you can. Now, the thing with FaceTime was that it was all HD. If I was calling you on my phone, you'll see me nice crystal clear. Now, the only bad thing was with the older generations of the Apple computers that they were just using standard webcams. Now, nevertheless, I found the webcams really high quality. I mean, for a webcam at least. Like, I've used laptops, PC laptops, and their webcam hasn't been all that great. Whereas, the iSight, crystal clear, even though it's in 4:3. So it's actually probably a good update that the iMacs are getting, a decent webcam. A lot of YouTubers I know who actually have iMacs use their iSight to make their videos. And nevertheless, they put it up in 16:9, but it's obviously cropped. Now, and I mean, nevertheless, it still looks amazing. The quality with the right lighting and everything, you can't tell it's from a webcam. But with the new webcam, we're probably going to see a lot more people actually looking at getting the iMac just specifically for the webcam itself. Now, I know I said this before. Now, saying that, I have an old iMac. Now, if you have, you know, a last generation iMac, probably don't run out buying the new iMac line. Even if you really want the HD camera, I recommend getting the Logitech C910. I'm using that now to record this, and that's at 1080p. So, you know, for $100, it's not that bad. Recommend that. So if you use the iMac for video editing, I also wouldn't go out running to buy the iMac unless you're a big movie editor. I mean, you're really into it. It's probably worth the money, I guess so. But I would wait for the new Mac Pro update. Now, I'm not too sure when that's going to be, probably towards the end of the year, but I think that's next in line for update, because you've got your new processors, you've got Thunderbolt, you've got all these new things that need to be added to the Mac Pro line. Now, it might be a sneaky update, it might just happen overnight. Nevertheless, you know, I would wait for something like that if you're really into video editing. I know a lot of people, even myself, have gone to the iMac because it's just cheaper. You know, it's just cheaper to get something this powerful, you know, in performance wise, for that price, for iMac at least. I mean, compared to a Mac Pro, which is probably my next computer if I can save the money. But even if I couldn't save the money, I would just get another iMac. Because it's just cheap. It's just like, you know, I'm saving $2,000, you know, in terms of a Mac Pro, and I get everything. I get a screen, I get a webcam, I get a keyboard, I get, you know, a Mighty Mouse, or what was it, a Magic Mouse also. So, but with the Mac Pro, you just get basically the tower. Anyways, that's up to you. I'll leave a link down below on my article I wrote on mmgn.com, so check it out. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.